Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 75 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on my writing. So, yay for day 75. Woo! 25 more days to go. I'm totally soaked about that. Soaked? Stoked. I can't talk tonight. I apologize. Anyway, so for my writing tonight, oh, excuse me. I don't think I realized I was tired until I decided to make my video to go to bed. Keep myself awake too much. I was working on Modulea again, the Wise One, just kind of reading through what I'd written before. And I did not make any sense in the last two chapters that I did. Mostly chapter 10. I don't know where my brain was. Actually, I think it's one of those chapters where I probably typed faster than I could think, because there were several sentences when I was reading through it that were just missing words, like just missing words. Put an arm, something. Wrapped fingers around, picked up. Wrapped fingers around what? Picked up. Like, wrap fingers around to pick up. Wrap fingers around what? I had a lot of blanks in my in my story tonight, so I'm like, okay, that just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So, oh, well, I'm sorry, I was not yawning before I started this video. I don't know. I don't know what my brain is doing. I apologize. I should probably do these videos a lot sooner. I need to start working on that. I was talking to my friend earlier today and thinking that maybe, as much as I want to do my marketing for my next 100 days, that maybe I need to do like self-care for 100 days, because that might be the only way to get myself to actually pay attention to how I'm feeling for the day, to get some sleep when I'm supposed to be sleeping, to eat regularly, to pay attention to how much water I'm drinking. And these are all things that I do sporadically, that I start and stop doing. They're just not things I do consistently. And oddly, for some crazy reason, I'm not entirely sure that it makes any sense to me, but for some reason, because I set the goal to do 100 YouTube videos and I did it for my gratitude and I'm doing it for my writing, I feel like it's something that I have to, it gives me some sense of accountability to myself and to whoever may be watching these videos. But somehow it gets me motivated, gives me that little tiny sense of motivation that I have to do this. And I'm very good at avoiding things I don't want to do and putting them off and putting them off and putting them off. So if I make it something that I'm doing for my 100 days, then I could and or would probably follow through on all of those things, which would be a huge, I mean, not a huge improvement, I'm going to say a huge improvement, but it would be me talking about what I'm actually doing to take care of myself instead of me talking about all the things I need to do and I'm not doing. So it would actually be putting into action all the things that I have been talking about instead of just talking about them. So instead of being, a dog that's all bark and no bite, not that I want to bite, but I would actually have some kind of action, something to back up what I'm saying instead of just, a bunch of random words. Not that I haven't done a lot of work on myself, because I have gone through emotional roller coasters doing my writing and my gratitude lists, and still finding things that I can be grateful for. I hope I've mentioned something I'm grateful for in all of my videos that I've done my writing. I don't consciously think about it as much anymore, but I still feel like I find things to be grateful for. And when I'm struggling, I'm just praying. I'm like, okay, I need to find something to be grateful for. I need an attitude of gratitude. And I don't beat myself up as much as I used to. It doesn't mean I don't have down days or I don't get depressed or discouraged. It just means that I don't berate myself as much as I did before. And I'm much more willing to listen to the ideas that God puts in my head about things that I can do to make things better, or things that I have that I could be grateful for. It doesn't mean that I do those things to make things better, but I'm aware of them. So it would be an interesting 100 days to see what I do to pay attention to myself, to take care of myself. I am still debating, torn betwixt the two, because I don't necessarily have to wait 25 days to start taking care of myself. I don't necessarily have to do 100 days videos of doing that. I can just start taking care of myself. And I have started a little bit with my little exercise ball, which I am grateful for, because it does make doing my videos a little bit fun. It is have a nice white background behind me, so I don't have all the other whatever stuff going on. So it is something. I am doing some things, and I need to remember and focus on the things that I'm doing and focus on the things that I'm grateful for. And I am grateful that I did 2 chapters tonight. Well, I just read through 2 chapters, 10 and 11. So now I'm to, did I do 10 and 11? Or 11 and 12? I can't remember. I think it was 10 and 11, and I'm on 12. And 12 is starting... No, it was 11 and 12, and chapter 13 is starting the new section that I wanted. So the first 12 chapters are the backstory chapters, and chapter 13 is where the actual story starts, at least in my mind. But when I send it out to beta readers, friends, other people, whoever ends up reading this book when I finish it, because I'm going to finish it, I don't know when, but I'm going to. Gonna finish some book. I would like to finish at least one in my 100 days. I thought I would finish a whole lot more, but best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. I don't know I know myself, but I'm kind of lazy. I got creative, tried to avoid my writing. I need to learn not to avoid things, how to face things. But I also know I can't force myself to do things, so I don't know that I can force myself to do 100 days of self-care, or if I'm ready to do 100 days of self-care. But I am looking forward to doing 100 days of marketing, although I don't really have anything to market because I haven't actually got a book published yet. 25 days to figure that out, or to not do that at all. I would still like to get a book published. I'm not saying that I won't do that. It's just what I'm thinking about. Probably not going to happen in the next 25 days. Maybe in the next 125 days. I don't know. I also need to bug my friend that's supposed to be editing my book and find out if she's editing it, and talk to my mentor and see if she can't look at some of my stuff again and help me kind of get back on track. And I have some other ideas, things that I can do to help myself and make some improvements in my attitude. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know how much of that to put in my videos, because I haven't actually started stuff. I'm just making random plans or ideas in my head. So, it's my brain thinking of all the different things that I can do. And there's lots of them, but I can't do everything all at once. And I don't know how it's all going to work out. That is one thing that I'm doing better at letting go of, is not having to know what the outcome is before I start the process. And although I do know at some point I will get my books published, I don't know how long that's going to take, because it's obviously taken me way longer than I thought it would. But I'm grateful that I have not given up during this process, that I have continued to push through, that I have continued to find something to write, and that I am continuing to work on my writing. And for some reason, I am not allowing my journaling to count as my writing. Maybe I should do that, because maybe I do more journaling and I need to do that too. But I hope maybe I need to do 100 days of journaling and see what that does. I don't know. I was thinking today I should just make a list of all the things that I would like to be doing consistently, and list them either as like self-care things or things that I could do 100 days of, to get myself in the habit of doing those things, because I'm much more accountable to myself when I do these videos, which I'm not really sure why that is, because I've let myself down a lot of times. But maybe it's because I sit and I get to watch myself as I make these videos, so I'm not only sharing with whoever's watching them, but I'm just sharing with myself. I'm telling myself. It's kind of, when you look in the mirror, you have a conversation with yourself, which I don't normally do. I have a few times. I had this thing where I would stand in front of the mirror and remind myself that I'm a beautiful daughter of God, and that He loves me, and that I love me. And it was a way to try to remind myself that I am loved, and that I can love myself, and that I don't need to worry about whether or not other people love me, because knowing that God loves me and that I love me is enough. And then I am open to accept the love of other people, or to accept that other people may not like me or get along with me, because not everybody does. I don't think I'm a horribly hard person to get along with, but I don't think everybody likes me. I can't say that I like everyone either. We all have different personalities. We either get along or we don't, or somewhere in between. But anyway, my my goal is no longer to be the people pleaser. It is to no longer try to make everyone else like me, but to just learn to like myself, to love myself, to write my books, to share them with other people, to share my journey with other people. So whoever watches these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think that they will enjoy it or can learn from it, because my goal is to try to help other people, to show them this is the process that I'm going through, that I've gone through, and that it works, and that through the Savior, through his atonement, there is a way up, there is a way out, there is hope. And that something that I need to remember is that people always have bad days. They struggle. There's that whole roller coaster thing, the up and down, where some days are really good and you're really motivated and really going, and some days are really hard. And different times of the year, changes in weather, changes in relationships are all things that can affect, changes in jobs, all things that can affect that. Even just disappointments. And some people struggle way more with those than others. I'm one of those people that struggles with those things. So I just hope that in doing these videos that others who may be struggling with that can relate. So like, it's just kind of a reminder that I'm not alone, and whoever's watching, you're not alone either. So again, if you think it could help someone, please feel free to share. But I think that's all I can think to say. I like to watch some other YouTube channel, and the person in there was just like, be nice, and be nice in the comments, and be nice to other people. Because I was thinking, you can comment, you can watch me, like make fun of me. And then I was like, nah, I don't really want to read comments of people making fun of me. Not everyone will like me. I've watched other YouTube channels where they're like, we get all of these people that don't like us and all these hate comments. And they're like, people just love to hate us, kind of thing. And they made a joke out of it. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm not one of those people either. So I think I'm just grateful that I only have like 11 subscribers. I think it's 11. I'd have to check again. And I probably still only have 1 or 2 people that watch all of these videos. And maybe someday that will change. But it's not one of those overnight things. And I always want things to happen overnight, like overnight success. Wake up one day and just all of my old stuff is just gone, and I'm all better. I'm all the person that I want to be without having to do all of the work in between. And it doesn't work that way. There is no instant gratification in life. And any kind of a shortcut or thing to try to make that doesn't actually work. It's temporary. It's frustrating. It's probably a waste of time. I waste my time on those things all the time. So I have no room to talk. I keep looking for the shortcuts, and there just aren't any. But I am grateful that I am aware of the process to go through. I'm grateful I don't have to go through it alone. I'm grateful that I can share it in these videos. I'm grateful that I could do some of my writing and realize that probably the last time I typed up that chapter was when I was really excited and just going, and my brain was going faster than my hands could type because I just kept leaving out words. So another reason why it's good to go back through and reread stuff, because you never know what doesn't make sense. And if I can't make sense out of my own writing, I'm pretty sure no one else can either. So I hope I fixed it in a way that actually makes some semblance of sense. And I think I have chapter 13. And I think after that, I just have a list of ideas of things that I want to happen for the rest of the book. So I might actually have to start writing some new material this week if I keep working on this particular book, which is exciting because I like to write new material. So we shall see what happens for the rest of the week. And I know I'm tired and I'm rambling, and the more tired I get, the more I will ramble. I'm sure you don't want to listen to my ramblings. So I hope you have a great night or a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing.